So we put a whole bunch of videos together of how to eat pomegranates, right? A whole bunch of pomegranate videos, how to eat the seeds, de-seed them, how to squish them, suck out the juice. And that's the main way I've eaten pomegranates over the years. But one thing I started to do this year, thanks to a friend of mine recommending it, to throw things in a blender, is I started making pomegranate salad dressing. It comes out amazing, so I figured I'd share it with you, okay? And it's pretty straightforward, well, semi-straightforward. You definitely do need a blender, okay? So this is the way it goes. We're gonna need about anywhere between a cup to 2 cups of pomegranates, and you can measure it with a cup, but I sort of know what it looks like when I do it, so I'm just going to pour it in here, okay? So I just use a big spoon to throw it in there. So keep it in mind, it's about 2 cups of pomegranates, right? Or a cup, or whatever it is. Adjust your quantity based on what you think you need, okay? So this thing comes about 2 cups of pomegranates, okay? A little bit less maybe, but that's all I need. And this thing's going to make you enough dressing to last you a few salads, right? Or at least one, if you have guests over, a whole bunch of salad dressing for all your guests. And then what I do, I take maple syrup, and I use anywhere between, depending on how much I'm, how sweet I want it, I use about half a cup or about 1/3 of a cup. So right now I want it to be, semi-sweet. So I'm going to use about 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup, okay? And then what I do, I take balsamic vinegar, and I put about 1/4 of a cup balsamic vinegar. And when you pour this thing in, you'll notice that they don't mix. Like it's layered, and I'll show it to you when we get close up. And it's about 1/4, or a little bit less than 1/4 of a cup. And then I use hemp oil. Okay, hemp oil is amazing, and if you can get your hands on hemp oil, highly recommend it. And if you can't get your hands on hemp oil, just use any type of oil that you want for salad dressing, right? Olive oil is fantastic as well. And I use about a little bit less than what I put in, the amount of balsamic vinegar I put in there, okay? And you can see here, I'll bring this close up to you, approximately here. Let me bring it over. So we have approximately, very dark this way, you got to shine it through a light. So we have approximately this much maple syrup, we got approximately this much balsamic vinegar, and we got approximately this much hemp oil, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump it in, and then what I end up doing is throwing in, depending on if you like your garlic or not, right? Throwing in 1 clove of garlic, and sometimes 1.5. I'm going to throw in 1.5 because I want it to be a little bit garlicky. Okay. So 1.5, 1 medium-sized one, 1 smaller one. Boop. And I'm going to take cayenne pepper, and cayenne pepper is amazing. I'm going to put in, depending on how spicy you want it, right? I'm just going to put in about 1/4 of a teaspoon, okay? And that's it. And what you have to do for this is an old school blender, so it's not it's not a super blender that just mashes up everything really quick. So I have to run this thing for a while, and I start off at low speed, and the noise for this is annoying, so I'm going to speed through this, I'm pretty sure, in the editing, okay? So I run it really slow at first, at a lower speed at first, and then I kick it up to a really high speed. Okay, so the reason I run this for a while on this old school blender is because I want the garlic to be mashed up. I've done this before. I didn't run the blender long enough, and the garlic came out in chunks, so I want the garlic to be really nicely mashed up, okay? Now that we've done that, that's basically it. That's our pomegranate. Now, pomegranate salad dressing. Now be careful when you take this off, right? Because pomegranate juice does stain, so you don't want to get this on anything, anything white, on your clothes or upholstery or anything like this. So I'm just going to pour this out so you see it, and you can take a look, right? It makes a lot. And it's really good because it's good that it makes a lot, because I personally like to put a lot on there. It's an amazing flavor, and that's what it looks like, the color of it, right? And what I've been doing with this is basically taking greens, right? Just mixed greens. What I do end up doing, I love walnuts. I use a lot of walnuts. Take some walnuts, just break them up, right? Just dump them on top, or you can have half, whole, whatever you want, right? If you got avocado, if you have avocado, take some avocado. I've cut it in sort of a grid pattern here. All I do is throw the spoon under it. An avocado and the sauce is amazing together, amazing. And just dump out the avocado in there, okay? And throw on some walnuts again on top. Okay, and I take my pomegranate sauce, right? And I give it a swirl because it does settle fairly quickly. And then I just pour it up top, so. And I do like a fair bit of the sauce on there. At the bottom, it sort of settles at the bottom when you're done with the sauce. And what I do, I just usually end up drinking it. And I usually take a little bit of pomegranates and throw it up top. Okay, if you want, you got some more walnuts, mix it in there, and there you go. You got your pomegranate salad. Amazing stuff, fantastic, super delicious. Okay, really fantastic. So glad that this ended up being a discovery this year, because it's going to become a part of my regular diet. And when I eat it, because of the, I'm not sure how it works, but it's really refreshing after eating a bowl of the salad dressing. It's fantastic. Maybe because of the balsamic vinegar, maybe the pomegranates, I have no idea. I'm a pomegranate freak, so I love my pomegranate. So anything with pomegranates is fantastic for me. Okay, and that's it. That's my pomegranate salad dressing recipe, if you like to call it. What you can do is put this in the fridge and just keep it in the fridge, and it stays there for a while. What does happen though, it does separate into layers. So if you keep it in the fridge for a while, or a couple of days or a day or a few hours even, it does start separating. So when you do end up using it, just give it a little mix and just use it again. Okay, that's it. That's sort of the final video, I guess, of the pomegranate series that we put together. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. We'll talk later. Bye bye. Very good. Fantastic. Yummy, yummy.